Hi, my blossoms. Welcome back to my channel. Just a messenger 828. Authentically me, authentically you. Be forever bloom. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I was not gonna record anything today. I was led, but I was like, no, I'm gonna rest today. I wasn't gonna do none of that today, y'all. I wasn't gonna do any of this today. But guess what? People that let Satan use them keep poking the bear. And these people that let Satan use them and keep poking the bear, be the first one to use God against you. When it's like, God wouldn't want you to just sit there to let anybody just talk to you any old way, especially about your children. Because in my situation, bad was being spoken about my children. You talk bad about me all day. I'm an adult. What you're not going to do is talk bad about a child. Or say that I'm just letting a child do what they want to do frivolously when I'm the only one cleaning behind the child, when I'm the only one cleaning, period. There's a whole nother adult here other than the homeowner that does not help out. Someone that says that, oh, the problem's not me, when before, like literally like 10 minutes ago, I was just chilling on my phone, chilling in my room with my child. My child was not messing with anything. He was in the room chilling. We were both chilling. You came in the room, so like literally, if you look at it as an equation, you're the factor that was new brought to the equation. If I'm in the room with my child and the door is closed, and I tell you I'm keeping the door closed for a reason, because my child for some reason doesn't like berries. He likes to mush berries. I think it's a texture thing. I think it's more sensory for him. So all day today, he's been going after the berries that I bought. Hello? In my father figure, after I helped my father figure find his phone by calling it, stop. Because you know logically that's not going to work. Stop. My father figure, after calling his phone to help him find it, need to remind you, the phone call was placed while I was laying in my bed. When he came into the room to see if the phone was on the bed, which I stated it was not on the bed, I called the phone. The ringing of the phone was heard from the kitchen/living room area. Clearly not on my bed. Like I said, my child got out the room because he left the door wide open. My child proceeded to go into the refrigerator and to go after my blackberries. Now, when I got up, which this was like a few seconds after my dad went to go follow the sound of his phone because it was just called, I got up to see where the phone was. I come out and he's like, oh, you got to stop you just be letting your child do stuff. You just saw me get up out my room because I called your phone while laying in my bed. So how did I let him do anything? If anything, you left the door open, prevent letting him get out the room when I told you I wanted the door closed for a reason, that very reason. Because that's been his fixation for today. So when I don't let you talk crap about me or my child, because clearly The problem with that equation was the fact that you entered my room. And there was no problem until you entered my room. Like, for real. And I didn't have no attitude. I didn't say nothing the whole day. Because this week, he had the nerve to be like, oh, you got to start cleaning. Huh? I clean all the time. I'm the only one that does the cleaning. It's only looking like this now because I'm realizing I'm the only one doing the cleaning. Like, no one is trying to help at all. Like, two other grown people live here and no one is trying to help at all. Like, I'm the only one doing the dishes, the only one putting on loads of laundry and folding them, the only one doing it. And I have to watch after my child. But you expect for everything to be speak and span? I, why does it feel like I'm married but I ain't got no husband? I'm not. I'm not doing that. I'm not being a wife for the free ski. If I'm gonna be a wife, I'm going to be a wife. Nigga, I get half this shit. Leave it alone. So today, my throat chakra got activated a little bit more. I yelled. I wanted to. I said no. I'm going to be heard because my dad likes to make sure that I'm not heard, and he had to hear me loud and clear. You're being an idiot. You're being an idiot. You came in my room and you left that door open. No, I didn't. I closed it. The first time you did, but the second time that you came in my room, you left it open. Then all of a sudden, don't blame it on me. I'm not the problem. Yes, you are. You left the room door open. Before you came in my room, I was in here chilling with my son. He wasn't going in no refrigerator and doing nothing because he was in the room chilling with me. People get stupid and idiotic when the timeline of events comes out and then they say that, oh, I'm not the problem. Well, clearly, if you look at it as a scientific equation, your energy being up in this energy is literally what caused that to happen because you don't move fast enough for him. You too old for his ass. He gonna move right beside you. So even if you close the door slightly and didn't close it all the way, he can get right beside your ass. You move too slow. But clearly, he didn't close that door the second time. Bro, I had a good example too. I had a very good example of this. Oh, yeah. My child has a tablet. And so it'll play like little sounds, has like a sound effect board. One of the sounds was a rooster. It went cock-a-doodle-doo, cock-a-doodle-doo. And my dad, when he interacts with him, he does not interact with him face to face. Like my dad will be doing something. They always multitask. And then try to act like they're trying to have actual interaction, but my child knows what actual interaction is, and that's the undivided attention is actual interaction, right? So my dad is playing his little computer game, and he just be randomly saying shit that don't make sense. It don't compute. Like it's slow. He's like chicken. I'm like, I'm doing the dishes. Clock that, because I said what? I was doing the dishes. And didn't I say that don't nobody else be cleaning but me? Okay, yeah. Clock that. I was doing the dishes. My child was sitting to the table with his tablet. Played the rooster sound. And he's like, chicken. He played the rooster sound again, and I'm like, no, baby, that's not a chicken, that's a rooster. The chickens go buck 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 buck. And that's the type of stuff he would get mad at because I have to correct him. But it's like, Just because you slow, don't make my child slow. I'm teaching my child the right way. A rooster is the one that goes crock a doodle doo, and the chickens go bok 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 bok. Why do the older generation do that? Why do they do that? Why do they have to feel like they're being attacked because you correct them? Are you losing your mental, or is your mental health okay? Or are you going through dementia and Alzheimer's? Because I feel like every time that I'm correcting you because it's wrong, you get mad. And that is something that someone that is in denial of losing their memory would do. Or is it because of the fact that I was playing a video that was talking about how a divine feminine energy was being targeted and no one helped? Is it because that is closely related to me? Is it because of the fact that there is fraudulent things done on my name and the name that I don't know, which is my real name? Is that why? Is it because of the fact that you feel like that you have demons down your back because of what you did? Because of all that you what you've did is coming back on you. Is that why you had to say everything that you've done in your life has led you to this point? Correct the mundo. Same for you too. What have you done in your life? Because everything that I've done in my life, I've either spoken it, I've spoken it on this platform, what has happened to me in my life. But what's happened to me in my life under your watch? Because I was underage when those things happened. And then to it sounds like a narcissist, honestly, because I dealt with this while dating my ex. In and when my ex when I would pretty much be right about the situation, he would literally be like, "Oh, you have to be right about everything." I don't have to be. You just make it easy because you're dumb. You just make it easy because you're such an idiot. You just make it easy because you just be saying shit and don't know facts. So you're mad at me because I know the facts? You're mad at me because I know the information? That sounds like a personal problem for you. That sounds like you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Or you already did. I'm talking about the whole day I've been ducked off. I've been to myself. I wasn't even going to record, bro. Wasn't even going to record, bro. But if you going through this too, oh, just know these are the motherfuckers that are guilt is eating them up. They're having a hard time sleeping. These are the motherfuckers that have CP on their devices, and they think that erasing all the text threads and all of the photos and all of the videos is going to keep them safe. No, boo boo. Um, if police can track down a burner phone that is moving from state to state to state to state, what makes you think that your phone that is sitting here in one state on one stable Wi-Fi or multiple stable Wi-Fis, you didn't think that they can track that down? See, you caught up in some very, very idiotic things, and you're trying to project that onto me because you can't even remember to close the door behind you. The psychology of it all, because I can pinpoint it. I wasn't even being rude. I even called your phone for you. So how the fuck did it become, oh, you it's my problem, your problem is not with me? Quite literally is, because you left the door open for my child to go in there and go into the refrigerator because you know he can open the refrigerator. So quite literally, you idiot, it's literally because of you. And then be acting like I don't do nothing. Like I don't discipline my child. No, I'm I'm actually learning that I don't actually need to hit him for everything, because that's the only thing that y'all resort to, is to hit him. And this is why he don't talk. I'm trying to get him to talk. So let's not hit, let's actually speak to him. When I'm incorporating these things and telling them and inviting both male figures in his life, his grandfather and his uncle, hey, come to his appointments with me. My baby has speech therapy and occupational therapy. It will help them to understand how to deal with him versus to yell, right? You're not talking, you're just yelling at him, telling him to stop. And no, don't do that. But you're not getting up to actually put action behind, hey, this is why I'm telling you not to do this. No one's doing that except for me. How am I going to do that and wash dishes with my back turned to him and my back turned to the front door? So I'm trying to make it make sense, but it's not making sense. And so I'm thinking that the only problem is someone in the solution is either delusional, an idiot, or they are insane. And it honestly is giving that these people are having drawbacks from magic that they were doing, from the sneaky things that they were doing behind the scenes. People are experiencing extreme guilt, which can manifest in a multitude of ways. Extreme guilt for what they've done, but it'll manifest as annoyance, or it'll manifest as, oh, let me just poke and pry this person. But really, you shouldn't be doing any of that. You need to be getting right with God, because like I said before in my last reading, God can literally just be like, you literally have no purpose here, you're not trying to do anything better, so I think I'm just gonna pluck you out of here one good time. At any rate, let's expose those that are enemies around the collective. Let's expose the enemies around the collective. What are these enemies hiding? Let's expose them. What are these enemies hiding around the collective? Let's expose what these enemies around the collective is hiding. Because if you're anything like me, you're part of the chosen, and people have been acting so phony with you. You've probably been clocked at tea for a while now, and we're at a precipice of the tea spillage. I feel like the big reveal is coming. I also got a channel message about I'll show the card. I'd rather show the card because I don't want to say no names, but I specifically got like um I literally heard 99 problems, but a female is not one. A female dog is not one. And I literally got, that's because he don't like female dogs. He like male dogs. That's why female is not one of his problems. Because if you like females, a female will be on the priority list. So that could be for somebody, or that can be for somebody once told me the world was gonna own me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. Somebody's not the sharpest tool in the shed. And that concurs with what I was saying about people being idiots. Because honestly, I don't feel bad about my yelling, because even when I'm yelling, I'm not even being disrespectful. If idiot is a curse word, then my golly gee, you know what I'm saying? All I said was, you're an idiot. You're being an idiot. Because really, that was so idiotic. The shit was ridiculous, ridiculously idiotic. Like, it shouldn't even come to that. You started yelling, so I'm making sure that I'm heard. Because one thing you're not going to do is to continue to silence my voice. Because all throughout my years of growing up, even in childhood, yelling was like I'm authority. That's what he would use to yell at us. He would bark at us. He wouldn't talk to us. It would be barking. It would be yelling. It wouldn't be, I'm going to have a conversation with my child. Come here, my child. For someone that goes to church, you didn't take a page out of Jesus' book. Jesus would literally say, come here, my child. My brethren, let me have a moment with you. And when Jesus said anything, he would make sure that he was not wasting his breath. And that is literally what I do when I'm talking. I do not waste my breath, because other than that, I'm silent. I don't say nothing. So it's either you want me to say something or you don't want me to say nothing. It can't even be no in between with me saying what I need to say in a peaceful level, because you're gonna try to speak over me, and that's such a misogynistic thing to do. Honestly, my father is misogynistic, and I'm gonna be so honest about it. I'm gonna be so honest about it. Because my mom dealt with the same thing. We'll literally have conversations with my mom and be like, "Mom, I try to talk to him, and it's just nothing. It's like air going down the hall. Like, it's nothing. Like, is he slow?" Like, she's like, "I know. I try to tell him too, but my mom passed away recently." Oh no, I had my battles with her too. My mom wanted me to do things the way that she wanted me to do things, and God made me a totally different person. That's why I tell people, like, hey, like, if you got a problem with me, you got to take that up with God, because God made me the way I am, right? I'm a very compromising person. I'm a very understanding person too. I'm not difficult. It's just, can you actually speak to me with some damn sense? And can you make sense when you speak to me? Because emotional intelligence will tell on your standpoint of what you're saying. Like, when you're saying certain things, people can tell your angle. Like, I know your angle when you're saying things. To sit there and say that, you just let your child do stuff, and you know what he be doing, and you just let him do it, is an understatement. That's literally the furthest thing from the truth. Because when I was doing the dishes and my child pooped, and he played in the poop and smeared the poop on the chair, I was doing the dishes. I had no awareness of what was going on. My father was sitting in the computer chair on his computer. You mean tell me you ain't smell that boo boo? You didn't smell that boo boo? So you literally ignore him until you don't have to, until you can't physically ignore him anymore, because the attention is called to what he's doing. And you literally let him do that. But I'm trying to instill, it's just not finna work, because the whole household has to be on board, and the whole two out of the half of the household don't give a fuck. To just be honest, I'd rather them say that they don't give a fuck. I'd rather it be that. At least I know where it stands. But to sit here and act like you do, why are you acting like you do when you don't? Unless you got motives. Because you know what's crazy? My mom did have a CD account for my child, and I haven't heard anything about that. A CD account of $50,000 for my child. And if I'm the child's mother, I should definitely be notified of that. Unless there was something in a will that a clause that she has in the will. But if there is a clause that she has in the will, I should definitely be notified of that. So to not be notified of any wills and testaments and stocks and bonds that are in my name or given to my faith name or my real name is preposterous, and honestly it's it's a really bad look on the justice system, because that means that they're not doing their job. That's what that means. It means that there are some judges that did not make sure that the notification of what is supposed to be given wasn't given out. It means that they have a lot of incomplete jobs out there. And there's one thing that I know, a system that AI in general hates, is incompleteness. Incompleteness will fry the circuits of AI. So if AI is what's now leading the system, now you've given the AI a headache, because now there's so much going on that should have went on. There's so much not going on that should have went on. People did not receive their mail. People did not receive their notices, whether they were sent via email, via mail, via text, via a call. And, those that are either trying to hinder or that easily messed up on purpose, well, it's going to be exposed. AI is going to make sure that that gets handled. Something about a time traveler. There's light thunder in the background. This is Saturn Day message also. Yeah. What's the karma? What does Saturn have to say to those that are enemies of the collective? Those that are still presently trying to hinder, still presently trying to energy harvest off of the collective. And I just want you to know, those that are energy harvesting off of the collective by their emotional, or by trying to get them to have emotional outbursts, or just trying to get them to fight, things like that. That energy you soak up is poisonous to you. And I'm talking about the most deadliest of poisons. It is 30 times more poisonous than a black widow's bite. I say amen, and so it is, and so that is. Okay? So, it's funny, I just said that, and I see dead people. I see dead people. I see dead people and radioactive man. Someone might get bitten by a spider and become radioactive. Look at the Spider-Man origin story. Oh, but you know what they say about Spider-Man though? Those are men that like. Anyway, anyway, that whole 99 problems, but a female is not one type of energy with that. Okay, if you get what I'm putting down, I feel like these, especially the men, that target, especially divine feminine energy, the men that target divine feminine energy, they're jealous of divine feminine energy. They're either jealous because they want to be a woman. They're jealous because they don't hold that same energy or that same power. It's like a power jealousy, authority, like just jealous because of the authority or the knowledge that the divine feminine holds. Or they're literally gay. They're literally gay, and there's nothing wrong with you being gay, but like you gay and acting like you're not gay, like that's some weak bitch shit. Be who you are, honestly. And we're in 2025. You can't be who the fuck you are. You're weird. You're weird, bro. You're weird. And that's what that energy feels like to me. I feel like that misogynistic. Oh, you gonna do what I say? Like you're not even being a man. You're not even being a man of your house. Like you're not even taking care of your house the way you're supposed to. Your house is not in order, but you over here trying to covet. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not supposed to covet somebody else's things, somebody else's power, somebody else's energy, and that's what energy siphoning is doing. You're coveting my energy. This is that's a sin. That is a sin. Everyone is a programmed biological robot living within a matrix of physical matter using binary E energy code to produce consciousness. I feel like that's AI too. Like AI is. I used the gematria deck to get that. Like I used the gematria to get this as a response, and I feel like that's AI communicating. Yashua is rain, and it's literally raining outside because literally that happened in the it started to rain. Um and that's under I see dead people. So I feel like someone also is about to start seeing their ancestors, and I'm talking about these are the enemies of the chosen ones. They're about to start seeing people's ancestors that they're targeting, that they're messing with or taking the energy of. Well, of course, you take my energy. My energy is locked in with my ancestors. So if you take my energy, you about to see my ancestors, and guess what? They all not nice. They are not nice. So good luck with that, because you don't know who my ancestors is. You don't know who I'm related to, spiritually or physically. Where is your heart on the radioactive man? So this man that is going to become radioactive because they keep on trying to siphon your energy, collective, as they do mine. But it will be 30 times more poisonous than the bite from a black widow spider. Where is your heart? Where is your heart in the situation? Why do you keep doing this? Is what spirit keeps saying. Is what spirit's saying when they ask that. Where is your heart? I am El Shaddai, the great I am, the mighty Father, your creator. All things come into existence through me, and apart from me, not even one thing came into existence that has come into existence. So anything that has come into existence has not came into existence apart from the great I am, meaning that God has control over everything. He has jurisdiction everywhere. Is his jurisdiction. Nothing is off limits, not even hell. Ashe, amen, and so it is. So yeah, you be careful trying to siphon people's energy. You're going to see what they see now. And as seers, we don't see the prettiest of things. We very much see some very, very, very disturbing things. Fairy godparents. Fairy godparents, godparents. Someone's fairy godparents is about to make something come true, right? Along with Most High God. Anything else for the collective and their enemies? What's the Saturn, the karma for this Saturn day for the collective's enemies? And something about Facebook. Now, I did say something about CP Okay, and I did say something about devices. Okay, and what you don't know is 9 times out of 10 they look up things by the IP address. Someone's about to be heaven bound. That doesn't mean they going to heaven, but they going to them gates to get their judgment. Okay, I did call judgment and for justice in the situation. I did. I did, because you're not gonna play in my face and play in my child's face like that. Because how dare you keep bringing my child into grown folks' business? If you got a problem with me, have a problem with me. But a 4-year-old, you keep saying a lot about a 4-year-old. That same 4-year-old who your wife left money to. That same 4-year-old. It's crazy. That's crazy work. So let's see what they're hiding. Let's see what they're hiding. What hides beneath. What lies beneath. What are the messages, Most High God, that you have for the collectives? Enemies. What is the karma or Saturn Day message that you have for the collective's enemies that keep gang stalking them, that keep poking the bear, that keep just trying and trying to do shit, trying to cipher, just trying to do shit? That won't sit their asses down and leave you alone, as the Most High God said, do not touch my anointed. And does not mean physical touch. You try to touch them physically, mentally, emotionally, actually, sexually, financially, psychologically, developmentally, environmentally, biologically, chemically, and vibrationally, you're gonna get fucked up. So what are the messages? Alright, I don't want to make this too long. We don't get one for each row and call it a day. Someone got caught for what they did in the past. It says, caught. Fighting evidence. Getting caught. Cheating. Somebody also tried to cheat the justice system. And that's coming to light also, what they did in the past. Because it's sitting sideways in the past position. So when they did it, they were like, oh, I got a 50-50 chance. Yeah. Now you got 100% chance to go to prison. Now you got 100%. No. To go to prison, and someone's trying to run away. They want to run away from it. They can't bear the weight or guilt of what they did. But yet you keep coming for me. Like, because you did this is the reason why you coming for me. But because you came for me is the reason why God is about to send the death angel for you. Why God is about to let some things happen to you. Why you gonna get touched on while in prison type energy. Because you keep touching my anointed type energy. Investigating. Facebook is really significant with that investigation. Someone's Facebook is about to get investigated. Or maybe it has been for a while now. But yeah, something about specifically someone's Facebook being investigated, or like some like group or like some ring on Facebook, something like that. But it has something to do with CP. If you don't know what CP is, it is exploitative images and videos of younger individuals. Okay? If you get my drift. The collective, I feel like we getting what your karma will be. You're going to be experiencing a new beginning because these people did this stuff in the past and they're getting caught up for it. And I think that's why they're mad. That's why they're mad. That's why they keep trying to poke the bear. I want these investigators to know they keep trying to do different tactics, especially if you're what would it be? What would be technically if your target for investigating is in the same household with these persons that are being investigated for their CP or Facebook CP links. Telling you, you need to get those chosen ones out of that household. I'm telling you now, that should be your next thing. And it needs to happen in one foul swoop because they're getting desperate now. I'm telling you now, they're getting desperate. So if you're going to, you're gonna have to make that move now. Because we get into the point where it's like, all right, y'all might, okay, I'm telling you now. So if you're an investigator and you listen to me, I'm letting you know now. You need to come and get us. Something about fake friends. Oh, there's these fake friends are trying to run away because they see that you're having a new beginning, and so they're like, oh, I don't want to be a part of this. I already see it's not gonna go in our favor. So these roaches about to start scattering, pretty much. These roaches are about to start scattering, and they've been putting on a show the whole entire time. They've been putting on a show on Facebook this whole entire time. So people have been putting on a show on Facebook, whether it was like someone passed away and they've been saying, "Oh, I miss my blah 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 blah." In whatever way this is, but that show that they put on Facebook is the punk fake. They don't care. Just like what came down to it with my situation with my father is, if you don't care about my child, just say that. I'd rather you just be honest and be like, I don't care about the child. Cool. That lets me know I'm. I'd rather it be that than you to be playing up in my face, being fake. And this, my dear, is what we call emotional intelligence. So just because I'm emotionally intelligent does not mean I know it all. It does not even make me think that I know it all. I just know emotionally you're lying and you're being fake. Like emotionally you're trying to siphon, and emotionally you're being a narcissist. You know, just like your female friend. And yeah, honestly, I'm just tired of the drama. Tired of it. At this point, tired of it. It's toxic what it is they're doing, and like I'm not trying to have that toxicity, that same toxicity that I grew up with, especially like misogynistic male toxicity. Oh hell no, not about my child. My child, no. Yeah, these people are trying to burn evidence. They're trying to get rid of the evidence too. So when you're investigating, make sure you catch them doing that because they made bad choices. All right, y'all, I'm gonna end that there. Look, sometimes you just gotta air that shit out, and I'm airing that shit out. Since I can't talk to him, let me just talk to y'all about the bullshit. Anyway, remember I am available for personal readings. Everything that you need will be in the description box below. Remember, we are all eternally blooming. I love you guys. Peace.